Most critical part of being told that you have an AIDS diagnosis is that my doctor said that I had 2 to 5 years to live. I was 22 years old when I got my AIDS diagnosis, so that meant I wasn't going to live longer than age 27. My son was 2 and I was 22, and when you're 22 years old, the last thing you want to hear is that you're going to be dead in 5 years. And how was I going to explain this to my son? How was I going to raise him if I was only going to be his mom for another 5 years? How was I supposed to explain all the hospitals and getting sick? How was he supposed to handle having a mother with AIDS? So this was us when he was little, and of course he doesn't know anything different from what it's like to have a mom with AIDS. And this is how he had to grow up because we had no other options. I got so sick that I had 11 T cells, and still had to take care of my son, still had to take care of myself, and it's really challenging when you don't have an immune system. It's really challenging to try to live in the world when you have no immune system and no protection to keep you from getting sick. But I adored my son. He was all that I had. My family quickly disowned me. My community was very stigmatizing. I had people telling me things like, people with AIDS need to be dropped off on an island and left there to die because that's the only way we're going to get rid of AIDS. And I would say to them, okay, well, is my son going with me? So although this disease only infected me, it has affected my entire family. My family was ashamed and they were embarrassed, so they didn't speak to me. My son, of course, it affected him because he didn't have a chance at having what a normal healthy mom is like. So luckily my friends all stayed my friends, and the HIV community became my family. I also found a lot of support and understanding in my Native community. I found my heritage, I found my birth mother, found out where I came from, and begged in my traditional community for help. Because if my white man doctor was telling me I was going to be dead, I needed somebody else to be able to give me some hope. And that's what I needed. I didn't want to accept the fact that I was supposed to be dead in 5 years. I wanted someone who was going to be able to say, you're going to be alive, you're going to make it, and you're going to be okay. And so I attended these ceremonies, prayed hard, learned how to pray, and asked for help, and it was hard. And I was inspired and I was given hope. And that hope helped me be able to deal with this disease and all of the ways that it affects you. And this is a slide of a short list of the things that will happen to you when you lose your immune system. You'll get pneumonia. If you've ever had chickenpox, it will get reactivated. You're susceptible to meningitis. You're susceptible to bacterial infections. As a woman, I got cervical dysplasia, which is a form of cancer. I now have half of a cervix. I still typically get walking pneumonia twice a year. I'm currently fighting a bacterial infection right now in my lungs, and I need to go see my doctor. October and May, usually when the winds change, is when I get sick. Thrush, bacterial diarrhea, and dementia. These are all just sort of, that's the basics of how your immune system will fall apart when HIV has taken that away from you. And in order for me to maintain and take care of myself, I take 12 pills a day, which 9 are HIV meds. I have to see my doctor 4 times a year. I have lab draws 4 times a year, case manager, nutritionist, mental health, and pharmacy trips. And this is all just the stuff just to maintain, just to keep me going. This doesn't include the times that I'm actually sick and I'm actually in the hospital. So if you can handle all of this, maybe you could handle having HIV, but I hope you don't. And the medication that I take, which is designed for HIV, which became available in 1996, is no easy task to take. This is a short list of what it's like to take the medicines. They make you really sick. They make everything feel like it's yucky and icky and like you'd rather die. But I can handle all of these side effects except for this last one, which is pain. Pain is a really hard one to have to handle.